Good afternoon, and welcome to the Gateway to Goals webinar series hosted by the College of Graduate Studies at Tarleton State University. Today's webinar will focus on Tarleton's graduate program in Computer Information Systems. My name is Winnie Ekpu, and I am recruiter for the College of Graduate Studies, and I am pleased to be joined today by a faculty member from our Department of Marketing and Computer Information Systems, Dr. Joseph Schuessler.
Howdy, everybody. My name is Joseph Schuessler. As she mentioned, I am the Department Head for Marketing and CIS. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Dr. Schuessler. So today's webinar will cover the agenda you see on your screen. We will first have a brief overview of Tarleton State University and then discuss the graduate admissions process. And then I will turn things over to Dr. Schuessler for a discussion of our Graduate Information Systems program. And then as time allows, we will have a question and answer period at the end. And so I invite you to submit your questions. You may do so now or throughout the webinar as questions come up. You should see a chat box feature. There is also a Q&A box, and either of those may be used to submit your questions. So we invite you to do so. So for the benefit of those who may not be familiar with Tarleton, I did want to give a brief overview of our university. Tarleton's roots date back to 1899 in Stephenville, Texas, with the establishment of John Tarleton College, which at the time was a two-year institution. And then in 1917, Tarleton became a founding member of the Texas A&M University system. There are 12 schools in the system, but Tarleton was the first to partner with Texas A&M University. And so this past year, 2017, we celebrated our 100-year anniversary as a member of the system. In 1959, Tarleton became a four-year degree granting institution. And then in 1973, Tarleton reached university status and began awarding graduate degrees. In terms of our student body, we have more than 13,000 students, which is the highest enrollment in the history of the institution. Tarleton has just been growing by leaps and bounds in recent years. Of the 13,000 plus, we have more than 1,700 who are graduate students. Our entire student body represents more than 220 Texas counties, 49 states, and 19 foreign countries. So quite a bit of diversity in our student body. In terms of academics, our programs are organized within 7 academic colleges. And across those colleges, we offer more than 60 undergraduate degree programs and more than 20 graduate degree programs. Tarleton operates on 4 physical campuses. Of course, our main campus is in Stephenville. It is a traditional campus that offers coursework from the freshman level all the way through the graduate student level. We have more than 9,000 students who are at the Stephenville campus. And then we also operate in Fort Worth. Our current location is on Camp Bowie Boulevard in the Hickman building, and we have been in this building since 2007. You may have heard, though, that we are expecting to relocate to a permanent campus come fall 2019. That campus is located in Southwest Fort Worth, off of Chisholm Trail Parkway, and construction has already begun, and we are very excited about that. Right now, we have nearly 2,000 students at the Fort Worth campus, and when we move to the permanent campus, we expect to grow to about 2,500 initially. Tarleton also operates in Waco. We are on the campus of McLennan Community College and have been there since 2005. The Waco campus is a bachelor's degree completion campus and also offers graduate coursework. And just last year, we celebrated the enrollment of our 1,000th student at Waco. And we are also in Midlothian. We operate on the campus of Navarro College and have been there since 2011. We have about 300 students in Midlothian, and that is a bachelor's degree completion campus only. There are no graduate courses offered in Midlothian. We also have a very robust global campus that offers our fully online programs. There are more than 600 students from literally across the world who are enrolled in our global campus. And through the global campus, we offer 11 fully online undergraduate degree programs and 10 fully online graduate degree programs. In terms of our graduate admissions process, everything begins with the online application through applytexas.org. This is a common admissions application portal that is used by several of the colleges and universities within Texas. There is also a $50 application fee. And then, of course, we would need transcripts from all undergraduate and graduate work that you have ever attempted. Then there is a purpose statement, which is just a brief essay where you explain why you want to attend graduate school and how you hope to benefit from the graduate degree. And then depending on your program and your particular situation, you may or may not be required to submit an admissions test score. And then also depending on the program, you may or may not be required to submit recommendation letters. So this is the home screen for Apply Texas, and you would need to create a profile and establish your password. And then once you're into Apply Texas, you'll see a screen that looks like this, where you would be asked what type of admissions application you are wanting to submit. And so you would select the option to create a new graduate school admissions application. And then that top drop-down menu is where you would indicate the institution that you're applying to. And even though this says Stephenville in parentheses, this is the option you would choose to apply to any of our campuses, including the online global campus. And then that bottom drop-down menu is where you would indicate whether you are a U.S. domestic student or an international student. Depending on your program, you may be able to start as a new student in the fall, spring, or summer. And so this is where you would indicate what term you wish to begin. And then where it says select your major, this is where you would indicate the graduate program that you are applying for. At this time, it is not possible to apply for more than one graduate program. So if you are interested in more than one, you would need to indicate your top choice here. And so at this time, I am going to turn things over to Dr. Schuessler, who's going to tell you more about our information systems program and what it has to offer.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate the introductions there. Again, my name is Dr. Schuessler, and I'm the department head for marketing and CIS. And as far as our program in general, if you're coming in with a 3.0 or higher for your undergrad, cumulative or over your last 60 hours, the GRE or GMAT requirement is going to be waived. If you've a little bit lower than that, if you got less than a 3 point, but as long as it's above a 2.5, you're still good to go as far as admission, but you do need to take that GMAT or GRE. We accept students in fall, spring, or summer. It's probably best to start in the fall, but we can take you at any time, just in terms of a course sequencing kind of thought process. It's a 36-hour program. There is no master's thesis. And this last bullet point is somewhat accurate. That's the way our program is currently today, starting in the fall. However, that does change slightly. There's no longer a comprehensive exam requirement. There's a capstone course that has replaced that exam requirement. But that starts in the fall. So that's all I've got there. As far as our program, we are currently accredited by ACBSP. We're in the process of pursuing AACSB accreditation, which is the kind of the premier accreditation body for business schools. The program itself is fully online, so it really makes it convenient, particularly if you're working, you've got a family. It's completely online. You can do everything remotely, and that makes it a lot easier, obviously, to be able to get stuff done in terms of your coursework. Having said that, I do want to caution you. A lot of people hear about online and they tend to think, oh, well, that's going to mean an easy course or an easy degree or something like that. Some courses I think are easier online. Others tend to be tougher. So it is a heavy workload. Don't think just because it's online that it's going to be easy. It does require a lot of self-motivation and diligence on your part. As far as our faculty, all the coursework is taught by full-time tenured faculty or at least tenured track faculty here at Tarleton. And it usually takes you about 2 years. There's 12 courses total. Usually takes you about 2 years to complete. In fact, that's pretty much our average time to completion for most students. As far as the value of our program, you can see there we've been listed as a best buy, most affordable, best value. So I do think we stack up quite well relative to other programs in the area and really across the country in terms of the value of your degree. As far as the curriculum itself, it's really kind of composed of two groups. There's the MSIS core courses that we'll talk about here in a little bit, and then there's the elective courses. The core courses are 10 specific courses. We're basically mapping out the specific courses that we want you to take. Those include things like database, networking, systems analysis design. There's an MIS course, there's a research course, things like that. So those are very discipline specific that we want to make sure you take. At the same time, there's a couple of electives that we want to give you some flexibility, something to really kind of customize the degree to your liking. And next slide. Okay, so some of those required courses. So it's up to 21 hours. Again, you can see there that telecommunications course is required, systems analysis course. There's an asterisk by that MIS course, the 5311 course, and that's part of that new program changes that I was talking about a moment ago. Essentially, that's going to be the course you take your very first semester. You can take that plus an elective your first semester, but you can't take any of the other core courses your first semester. You've got to take that MIS course, and it's a good course to take your very first semester because it kind of gives you an overall view of the discipline. So they'll talk a little bit about databases in that class, and a little bit about systems analysis and so on. So you'll learn a little bit about all the classes in that one, and it's a good overview one. And that's what allows us to take students with either a background in information systems or even students that don't have that background. And because we start in that class, it really helps everybody kind of get up to speed pretty quickly. That last class, 5398, Research Methods, that's to be taken at the end of all your required courses. Usually that's going to be your last semester or maybe your second to last semester. And that's a new course that we've started teaching. We've always had it as an option in the past. Starting in the fall, that's going to be one of the required courses. As far as some of the electives, there's quite a few. These are some of the ones that tend to be taught pretty regularly. Decision support systems, web development, and tech of e-business. There are other classes that tend to be taught, particularly in the summertime, usually is when there are more electives offered. Those include things like security, human-computer interaction. Sometimes there's a programming class. Java, I think, is being taught this summer. So there usually is a pretty good selection, and it changes from summer to summer. As far as the faculty themselves, this is kind of our group right here. It's me at the top, Dr. Schuessler, Dr. Folk graduated from the University of Houston, Dr. Jones from Commerce, Dr. Nagy from South Florida, Dr. Schultz from UNT, and Dr. Sharp from UNT. A lot of times students want to know where our graduates end up. So we send out a survey each semester right around graduation time to our alumni that graduated 2 years prior. And the feedback that we've gotten so far, we've been doing this for a few semesters now, is that the vast majority of them are employed full-time within the field. So that's good. 100% are satisfied or very satisfied with their degree. As far as where they work, or excuse me, what they end up doing, some of them end up as system administrators, SharePoint analysts, directors of technology, etc. So you see a lot of them, they're working within the field, they're doing the things that they've taken classes to be trained for. As far as where they actually end up, you'll take a look here. You can see Abilene Independent School District, Palo Pinto General Hospital, EOG Resources, SMU, Ranger College. So they end up in a variety of different places, but they're all usually here in the state of Texas. As far as the profile of our average alumni, they tend to graduate at an age of about 31. Most of them tend to be male. As far as their position level, it's pretty well split between senior and mid-level managers, and the pay tends to be on the higher side. 65 to 80 plus is kind of where most of our graduates end up.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Schuessler. At this time, we would like to open it up for questions from the audience. Again, you should see the chat box feature or either the Q&A box, and we will accept your questions now. While we're waiting for those to come in, I did want to point out some important numbers that are helpful for prospective students and current students. Of course, business services is where you can get information on how to make your student payments and that type thing. Our financial aid office, our Office of Scholarships. One great thing about Tarleton is that we do have a very streamlined process for awarding scholarships. There is one common general application for scholarships that you would submit, and then you would automatically be considered for all graduate student level scholarships that are awarded through the university. And so depending on which awards, which scholarship terms you meet, you would be matched with the appropriate award. So important information there. For those of you who are veterans or who are the dependents of veterans and want information on how to access your benefits, our VA coordinator is excellent, and she can be reached at our Veteran Affairs office. She and I actually will be holding a webinar next Thursday to talk about the benefits that are available to veteran students there. In terms of our social media platforms for the College of Graduate Studies, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and have a really great blog. We would love for you to connect with us there. Lots of great information that we post for both prospective students and current students. And then in terms of our contact information, you'll see my email and phone number there, as well as contact information for the College of Graduate Studies. We do have a separate email address for accepting application-related materials. So official electronic transcripts or your purpose statement should be sent to that graddocs@tarleton.edu address. Otherwise, if you've got general questions, they can be sent to our GradInfo email address. And then Dr. Schuessler's information is there, as well as the link for the department's website. So not seeing any questions, Dr. Schuessler, are there any final words you would like to say to our guests before we close for the day?
I'd just like to say thank you. I really appreciate your time and your interest in your program. If you do have any additional questions, you certainly feel free to reach out. You can see my email address right there, or the phone number. But certainly feel free to reach out anytime, and if I can answer any questions, I will. If I don't know the answer, I will track down the person who can answer your question.
Fantastic. Well, have a great day, everyone. We thank you for joining us, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.